Legends, welcome back. This is the latest edition of the Drip Dispatch. Today was a special one. Forrest had put out a bunch of posts. Then he did the voice chat. To me personally, this was the most exciting voice chat because there was only one question asked out of the whole thing. But it's just, I guess, his emotion and everything. Let's get to it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I wanted to put a time lock on the TVL and everything and all the pools right here. So for posterity, on November 3rd, 2022. So when we look at it next year or whatever time frame, this is where we were. The pigs at $104. The dogs are steadily increasing. And like he says in the voice chat, it's going slow. That's just the way we want it. So if it goes, say, $1 a day, by the end of the month, we get $80 for a dog. Anyhow, let's continue. One thing he wanted to note, not a single new drip token has been minted since the Animal Farm launch. And like he said, this is just the beginning. He mentions that again in the voice chat. He says, and somebody asked about the linear versus the auto compound, and they stack up the same way the piggy bank stacks up. You make a stake today in the piggy bank, it goes in there. It goes today at 11.3. You make a stake tomorrow, it makes a totally different stake. So if you do 10 injections into the dog pound, you're going to have 10 different stakes. So if you have $100 and you're going to do 10 injections of $10, you're going to have 10 stakes. Or you can do one injection of $100. Let's continue. Okay, this was from Wonder Woman. Shout out to the ladies of the faucet. Salute. The ladies take a bow. All right. The dog pound, the dogs and the B&B, same pool on the other page. Stake auto compounds, the rewards you get. Then they show up at the top of your page. You don't see them in the dog and the B&B pool page. If you have less than 0.00 rewards, it won't show up, but the claim rewards button turns green. They are working on updating the UI for more numbers to show. He addresses this in the voice chat as well. And she also said, you may not see your rewards in the dog pound for 24 to 48 hours. I'll explain that again inside the voice chat. Somebody asks why the Air Force dog tax is so high. Oh my God. I don't know why or how somebody could have been invested in the farm and now come to ask about the dog taxes. We understand that the taxes were high, were 90% high, that to prevent the people from just dumping the token. Like I said, I lost my 12 tokens on the 90%, and it's all good. Anyhow, somebody said, why the taxes are high? It's part of the farm game theory. This is done on purpose. Please learn how the farm works. And when you stake your dogs is when you get less tax on them, and the farm with the dog is when you get the pigs. The stake for your farm owner rewards. And the goal now, like I said, is to get in there, stick them in the auto compounder, get released 1% a day, however many days until you get to 6%. Because now once you get to 6%, then all your tokens or your dog tokens are able to move around and whatever you want to do at a 6% tax. Let's go. Okay. And also the emission rates display is coming. I'm going to discuss that. That's coming between now and next week. The dog tax update on the pairing LPs. There is no way to have a 6% tax on unpairing without a 6% tax on buy-in. So we scraped it, and now there is zero tax on both, which is fine because they will pay the tax on selling if that's what they want to do. Isn't that something? Well, I get it. I guess I did it too early. Anyhow, everyone who sent in the LPs from the wallet where they held them at the pause event was credited the LPs they had at the pause event. This was automated, and the only people who were not credited who had dogs or LPs were people who didn't follow directions and sent them in from a different wallet, which makes it impossible for us to verify that you had them in your wallet at the pause event. There isn't a single person who has made a claim that they were owed credited who were not credited. Not a single one. All right, now into the voice chat. It was a good one. It was lengthy. And I got to tell you, I just love the fact that he can talk and anyhow. All right. He said that the personal and the expected earnings metric that's supposed to appear in the farm is ready to be pushed. The drip liberation is ready to be pushed. It's coming. Dex tool is coming as well. Um, he says that he considers them the best in DeFi, and they're going to add a site and a site. They're going to add our site information as well as the social media information that he wanted added in there. He said there is one farm displaying incorrect APR information that's going to be fixed today. He said we had a bullish launch. It went off without a hitch. He said, the little minor stuff. He said, Forex, I don't know how he got into it, but he said he was talking about Bitcoin and BNB. He said he's been stacking it big time. So BNB and BTC. So remember, we have the number 4 Forex trader in the country. Number 4 out of I don't know how many people are out there on that list. Anyhow, he says everything. He is very, very, very bullish on the animal farm. We have strong utility. We have a strong roadmap. Then he talked about the single stake lending option from Stargate that's coming. You can earn an additional 15 or more APR on your funds. Now, this is Stargate here. My clicker ain't working. Why can't I click? Okay, there we go. So inside of here, they have pools, different pools here. You can see the liquidity, the volume here. They got some farms as well. Forex really likes them. So believe me, I know that he's talked to the devs, and he's going to get all into the contract to make sure that the drippers funds are always going to be safe. And you can go down here to look at all the different farms and the TVL APYs. Of course, the APYs are nowhere near ours on the farm, but in the sake of diversification, you can do it as well as you can choose between the different chains. I'm sticking with BNB because it has the best rates. You choose, or you get in where you fit in. All right, back to the voice chat. Okay. And also along with the Stargate, he said the single staking lending option, the Stargate is coming. You can earn the additional APY. It's going to be auto compounded. We'll be able to lend our BNB and BUSD, and it's utilized to sell the BNB back into your stake. So the profits come right back into your stake, and it will grow your animal farm stake and your Stargate stake at the same time. Now, his goal is to try to get it released around the same time as the Dog's Roulette. The drip UI is coming, then Scratchy, and the auto compounding for the pig pin, which you're going to get the BUSD. And like he said, it's going to be compound interest, like drip. That's the difference. That compound interest makes all the difference. Now, moving forward, he says the governance voting system is ready to be implemented. It's already built. The company that's going to be used is going to be called Snapshot. And the way it works is one pig in the pig pen, you get one vote. So if there's a dripper out there that has 1,000 pig tokens in there, they're going to get 1,000 single votes. So the bigger your stake, the bigger your decision. Well, the bigger amount of votes you get to put in there. He said, because if it was just based on the wallet, it would not be good. Meaning, if L7 crypto only had $2 worth of a pig in there, I could still get a vote compared to somebody having $500,000 in there and still get the same kind of vote. So that's why it can't be just based on the wallet. Okay, so we're going to have the first vote in the poll. So this is how it works. First, we're going to have a vote, which is going to come as a poll. Then we'll have the best 2 or 3 options. Then it goes to the auditors and to the dev team. Then, because they have to look at it and answer these very, very, very significant questions. Number 1, does it make sense? Number 2, is it secure? It's all about security. Number 3, will it benefit new users? 4, will it benefit existing users? Number 5, is it sustainable? That's not all. Also, if it meets those requirements, like I said, I'll tell you, our dev is the man. The whole team is it. Okay, so if it meets those requirements, Can it be totally decentralized and mutable? If so, then it goes in for the final vote. The community as a whole gets a say. That's how, folks, you have to understand, we have the opportunity to control the platform because it's owned by us. Let me keep going before I start going to the left. Okay, so the first vote that's going to be coming up is how often to do pig pen injections. 1 week, every week, once a month, or every quarter. That's going to be one of the first votes that we are going to get to choose from. Now, you have a goal and a plan. His goal and plan is to take over the yield farming space on BSC. He said it's going to take time, but we pay more yield and we have better services. Period. Now he says they still have money over there in the bank. They got 2.3 million of BUSD and 4 to 6 million in BNB. And this is just off of the 2 days of fees. People don't understand. And he says we will grow exponentially and attract more people. He says the thing is that you want to see the slow and steady growth. The same way I was just giving that example of the way the dog token is growing. It didn't go from $48 to $150 in 1 or 2 days. Okay, here. He's saying why we want the slow and steady growth is we don't want your staked funds to be super volatile. They're supposed to be volatile. You want the slow and steady gains. Good example is the dogs. He said that even if somebody was in there and a whale decided to, I'm going to dump $1 million, he said the price would only drop maybe 5% because they can handle it. That's what we want. We want strength. Strength is important because you don't want the whale to say, well, I'm going to take $1 million out, and then it goes from $40 or $50 that it's at now to $5. That's whew. So I'd rather have the 5%. Then now you're talking only dropping $2.50. Not even going past $45. Now, the animal farm is a long-term generating system. And to those that understand the system can get in now while the prices are low. He's referring to the dogs and the pigs. Now, he says there's lots of traders out there that are doing all their stuff, arbitrage and all that other kind of stuff. And they just going to do what they're going to do. Okay, because he's saying that BNB and BUSD dividends is at its lowest point right now. It's built this way. Then they grow, slow and steady. He said, we lend capital. We don't sell the asset. That's how all the profits and everything comes to the pig pen. Well, from the rehabilitation that when we lend to PancakeSwap. Okay, now, and he made another point that everybody's increasing their position at the same rate, dollar for dollar. So it doesn't matter if you're new or you're old. Now, the animal farm adds value through the game theory and the incentive structure. He says it makes no sense to sell your dogs or your pigs. He said you don't want a super high APR on the dog and pig token. You want an APR that represents the value, and he always talks about value, of increasing ownership and your position in the platform. You want the high APR on the BNB and the BUSD. So he says when you're looking at, well, I can go into this farm and earn 150% APR. He said, don't look at it that way. It's not that you're earning 150%. It's that you have the ability to increase your ownership by 150%. Bam. Okay. These were things that he was talking about being added to the farm, like more decimal places are going to be added so you can see, because like in the piggy bank, if you only, or whatever, whichever one you're on, if you can only see, if you have a small amount, you can only see so many of the digits. So he's going to make it expand out so more of us can see it. He's saying that a lot of folks can't see their profits inside of the farm. He says to use DBank. Now, you all know that I use Robbie, and why I use Robbie, because it's already built in, but I already knew that. So here, if you go to Robbie, click on the little B here, it pulls up my wallet. And if you scroll down here, Bam, there goes Animal Farm. It can show all of my rewards that I've received. $8 in rewards here, $3 in whatever here. And it breaks it down for you. It puts it in the USD value. Then it can show you how many I have staked here, because my other dogs are in the other wallet. So that's why it's only showing these here. Then it shows my drip garden here. And then, that was the LPs and the piggy bank here. So you guys know that I love the Robbie wallet. One, because it shows the tokens the way they're supposed to be. I'm not going to get into all that. Let me go back to let me keep going, because I get diverted. Okay, so he said to use the bank to see your earnings, and I just showed you how to do that. The Dex tool ads are coming. He said he had a meeting with them today as soon as he got off the voice chat. Now, this is straight from Forex. He said, take advantage now while you can. His goal is for us to own the number 1, number 2, and number 3 spot between drip, dogs, and pigs. I don't care which way they go. If we got the top 3, damn it, we're in the top 3. The on-ramp, they say, is 2 to 3 weeks out. So maybe around Thanksgiving. Then, he said a few weeks to get the trending on the DEX tools. He said that the thing is that the short-sighted people will sell their dogs. They'll get the 40% tax and go with that. I mean, it is what it is. He says there's some big YouTubers that wanted to do the interview with him, but they wanted to wait till after the launch. So those are upcoming as well. Okay, so then he got into drip. He said, drip has not needed to mint a single token since the Animal Farm release. It's working beautifully. As the value of the dogs and pigs increase due to the higher dividends it pays out, increasing and compound exponentially, the value of drip also increases. And now you can utilize drip with BUSD to generate the dog tokens, and that adds more value to drip. More value plus no token minting equals stability and growth. Like he said, it's just a start. He said that he's really, really, really relieved to get the Animal Farm up and running. I can only imagine the amount of pressure that he had, besides for the 120,000 of us. All the other people that are looking, and he knows that the people are looking. And we know that this is his baby. He eats, drinks, sleeps Animal Farm and drip. Let me continue. Now, there was the one question that came up was when they stake in the dog pound, if the auto compounding version of the dog pound, how is the BNB sent over to the farm? So they said the BSB is sent to the vault, then 3% to make up the LP once every 24 hours. Then the pigs earned are claimed in the dog pound after 48 hours, then 24 hours to see the increase. So once you make a stake, it's there. Now, it won't be picked up until 24 hours after that. Then after you claimed it or the pigs are shown in the claim, you can't see the increase until 24 hours after that. So you're talking 48 hours plus another 24 hours. I will include the link for the voice chat so you can listen to it all yourself. Now, for the future. This is what I talk about when I say, do you have the vision to see the future? He says there's a year's worth of development is already complete. So that means we're in 2024 already. You have to understand what our devs do. He said he has tons of ideas of things he wants to do. Individualized lending, which will allow you to stake other assets and then take out a loan against it, and it will be insured. Bam. He has 2. The number 2, 1 + 1 = 2, 2 years worth of development planned out. This is what I'm saying, legends. He's already in 2025. Man, the non-legends need to wake up. I say that, you know what, they may be just too blind to see. I already knew that because he's already, when he does the AMAs, you can feel it, you can hear it. Now we can physically see it. But like I said, he's so far ahead in 2025. That's why I did my wallets and stacked them all the way out to 2026. He says that there's a lot of new products coming for the animal farm and for drip. And he says no matter what, there will always be a place for drip for anything that comes to the farm. You'll always be able to utilize drip. Whew, that was a bit there. This for informational educational purposes only, never intended as any type of financial advice because I am not a financial advisor. Always remember the three. Number one, crypto is an individual endeavor. You do what's best for you, your family, and your family's finances because whatever way it goes, up or down, it's on you. Number two, we have the best community and the best development department in all of crypto, period. There is no competition for our development department or development team, whatever you want to call it, or the devs at all. No competition. And there's no community like the drip community. Yeah, we get them crazy questions. What about my credit and my pigs? And what about the version 1 pigs and the version... I don't know. Whatever. And then, of course, number 3 is increase your knowledge, reduce your risk. So to all my legends, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support. And to all of my legends, engage.